Lions won.
I picked it for
Right?
her.
It was-
Lions
that
won,
was-
yeah, Lions
but they
won,
lost that plus 10
Oh,
anyway.
I picked
They
the
lost by
Rams.
14.
I picked the Rams to cover though. Wasn't it 2.5?
You're not picking bets. You're picking a team.
From the prediction, right? From the
You didn't pick-
playoff
that's-
picks
you
last week, we went down the
Oh,
line.
I thought it was all
guys.
against the spread.
No, that's
We'll get
what-
to that
that's
later.
Bet like
Oh,
Sly
you
said.
had some-
Okay.
I don't. You didn't
So
have
against
no
the spread, I'm way better. Yeah,
You didn't have no against the spread picks. We had
I
fast
did.
steps
I
parlays.
did them all. We all did them.
And we're gonna check
We
in
all
on the
did 'em.
10-leg parlay, the daddy long legger.
They got
when we
missed
get
by
to that
one
segment.
on that long leg.
Right. So, I mean, hey, it's hard to bet against Mahomes, Andy Reid, especially at home. You know, on ugly weather, Dolphins basically rolled over like they did. Omar was talking about a run game last week. I love the way Kansas City plays defense.
Run game
I
is
love
nowhere
the
in
way Spags plays defense. He don't give a damn if Tyreek Hill's over there. We're going to put a safety up top, and we're going to have our defensive back jam the hell out of you. Spags been doing that since 2007, 2005 with the Giants. You know what I mean? They play physical, up in your face. Snead is the real deal. That McDuffie dude is the real
McDuffie
deal.
is sick.
Chris
McDuffie is
Jones, all those guys are the
Bolton.
real deal. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you see Tyreek ain't even, Cheetah ain't even deny it.
No.
He said he jammed my ass to
Back to
Cancun.
Yeah.
So
I
that was
like
funny,
Tyreek Hill
you know?
attitude. Yeah, I like Tyreek Hill's attitude.
I like when Kansas City's able to play a little physical brand of football. Kelsey, your ass was right on track, dog. You dropped a few passes early in that game.
Early.
Yo, Swifty ass was, boy, I tell you, hang it up after this
We're
season.
seeing the digression.
I was right though about that game because I said I thought if the weather was bad enough. that-
Omar, you picked the Dolphins.
I said this is what I said. I said
Nothing right about that
I had a whole endless of it though. It wasn't just like the Dolphins are going to win no matter what. I said if it turns into a running game because of the weather, the Dolphins should win. If the Dolphins have to pass, I said they will lose, and I said they will lose badly. I got it on tape.
But if
we got
you
it on
pay
tape.
attention, Chiefs
That's
came
what I
out
said.
passing the
That's what I
ball
said.
right off the rip.
Right
Because
off
the weather
Right
wasn't,
off the
the weather
rip.
wasn't bad. That they were calling for all the snow and wind, and it wasn't. I think
was
Mahomes
negative 30.
Yeah, but
It
I think
was cold as fuck out
But it
there.
wasn't that hard to throw. Clearly,
But
Mahomes threw the
also
ball
it had
41
two
times.
incompletions the first two passes as well.
Yeah, but
You know
Mahomes
what
threw
I
the
mean?
ball, I think, 41 times, I think. Or 39.
41.
They threw the ball a bunch.
23 or
Yeah,
41.
so I was right on what I said because the weather wasn't how I thought it was going to be. So Kansas City, they didn't surprise me at all. They got a great defense, the best quarterback, the best coach. You mess around with a lot of games like that, with that kind of formula.
Yeah, Miami, they like I said with McDaniel's running game, a little gimmicky, a lot of sweeps, tosses, end arounds, and almost like long developing run plays. You know what I'm saying? Stretch plays and shit. Kansas City wasn't with that.
Yeah,
Tua, they got a big question mark with Tua moving forward. I mean,
I don't
know.
think he's it.
Would you pick him up? Would you pick him up, Larry?
McDaniels.
For like a bum squad,
His fifth-year option has been picked
They
up.
gotta
Would you
s-
resign him? You
they
have to
gotta
resign him to a
resign
long
him, man.
deal. You got to give him like more than $40 million a year.
no, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Would you, Chris? No. Would you, Tom?
This goes back to my thing with Daniel Jones last year or Tua. Like, who else are they gonna get? They can't draft
cut
a
him
quarterback.
out.
I mean, the
I-
Giants would take two.
I'll take Sam
No,
Darnold.
I'm
or
just
somebody
saying
like that
the
for a couple
Dolphins.
years.
The
Yeah,
Dolphins
I know.
cannot trade Tua. Cannot draft a quarterback.
Get rid of him.
They can't draft a quarterback. So
I mean, they
I don't know
can.
what
Sign
You can
somebody
always-
to get you
can
through a
always
year or
trade,
two.
just like you said to me one
I
day.
mean, yeah,
Tom.
you can always
You
trade,
said, so
but-
what? The Giants win games. If we really want a quarterback, we'll trade up to get one.
Right.
And some teams got to drop their ball, so to speak, and make that move.
I mean, Dolphins.
or stay in quarterback purgatory.
A team like Dolphins might be able to trade because they know, like, they might not be picking. They'll probably pick the top half of the
And
draft.
they're going to have to win games
If they get-
at New York Jets,
if they get a elite
at New
quarterback.
England, at Buffalo. They're going to need a quarterback with a real arm.
But who?
Tua has a weak.
Who?
Anybody has a stronger arm than Tua. Sam Darnold right now would be better.
My God, he just led the league in pass. He had 4,600 yards
Who?
passing. Tua.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
look
like,
what he has, though.
not
He has
terrible,
the greatest.
bro.
He has one of the greatest top three
He's not
systems in the
terrible.
league, and the very best wide receiver. Tua is terrible. I'll
Tua-
stand
18
on that.
carries.
Tua's
18
terrible,
carries
bro.
is what the Dolphins had rushing the ball, and one
like
of those
76
were to
yards or
Waddle for
something?
9 yards.
I mean,
That's-
right.
You're going to lose the game.
18
Yeah, you're
carries
gonna
is
lose
not
the
a lot
game.
for them.
Yeah, you're going to lose the game.
I mean,
They weren't running good to begin with, though.
Tua ain't did nothing this weekend that Dak, Hurts,
Correct.
those guys
Correct.
didn't do.
Correct.
You know what I'm
Complete a
saying?
third down.
Yes, he
So-
did. What are you guys talking about?
Yo,
You-
Hurts played?
Yeah, but we're talking about evaluating the quarterback. We're not talking about if the team won or not. Who cares
Oh
if
no, I'm
all the
talking
teams
already.
lost?
I think he had.
Who cares if the Dolphins lost and the Cowboys lost? Like,
yards the
you
first
watched
half,
the tape,
and then had maybe 8 yards.
You
the
watched
second
the
half.
film
that?
of these.
Tua. It was
word?
that bad.
You watch the film of these guys playing. Tua just doesn't have it, bro. If it's not during the first read or the anticipation's
Yeah, that's
perfect,
it.
everything not squeaky clean. He looks terrible.
That's what a
he
lot
got
of the
benched
quarterbacks
before
that lost this
McDaniels
week
got
look like.
there. Tua's not somebody. People, that's what frustrates me too about football. Tua threw for all these yards and all these touchdowns. That's the greatest receiver in football, bro. But one of the greatest offensive minds. At what point in time do we give Tyreek Hill this credit and say he's the reason why this offense is moving
Absolutely.
like that?
Without
Not
a
this
question,
quarterback who got benched before he even got there. When did Tyreek Hill ever get benched?
If
You
Tua,
know what I mean? Like,
if Tua was, I'm not a huge fan of
Tua
Tua. I
is a
don't.
C
Whatever.
minus
They
quarterback
think-
in the NFL, bro.
Could play on.
He
20
has
other
a
teams.
weak
Absolutely.
arm. He has
I'm
a
not-
total.
I'm not
I don't
just-
see one team trading a first round draft pick for Tua right now. I don't see one team that would do that.
So you're on the same page. Get rid of him.
Yeah, I would get rid of him.
okay,
Yeah, there's a
okay,
reason why.
okay.
There's a reason why Shanahan is trying to get rid of Purdy still somehow. Like maybe
He
not,
knows he ain't it.
maybe not anymore, but to a certain point he was because he notices some of the weaknesses and he's understanding. This is why McVay got rid of Goff.
When the hell Shanahan try to get rid of Purdy?
What do you mean by drafting Trey Lance and then trying to start Trey
Purdy
Lance
is
last
a
year?
rookie,
And
nigga.
no,
Purdy
last
was
year
a rookie last year.
Yeah, and he still was
Trey
trying to
Lance
go
was
They were trying to
drafted
go
2
ahead
years
with Trey
before that.
Lance. They were still trying to go ahead with Trey Lance
year before.
going into
Yeah.
last year. Going into the beginning of
I
last
mean, they
season,
had to-
they were going to go with Lance.
No, they
for-
weren't.
Or they
No,
were
they-
giving him a chance to get the starting job.
When?
What do you mean?
He was competing.
He was
You said
competing for the
last-
starting job.
you said last season?
Well, I guess since the season's over 2 years ago now. I guess.
Bro,
technically.
Purdy was a rookie
seasons
last
ago.
year. He came
No,
to
last
started
year-
in the middle of the
This
year.
past season isn't last year, right? So last season was this past season.
Bro,
The
what the
season
hell are you
before,
talking
we're
about?
still
on
We're
this
in this
season.
He's
season.
done. I'm
I
talking
know.
about him.
I know
He's-
Dallas. He's already on.
Chris
to
just
next
said it.
season.
Going into Purdy's
I hear
rookie
you.
season,
I hear
Lance was competing for the starting job. I don't.
Not with Purdy.
Yes, he with the starting job. Whoever was the starter, nigga, was it
Yeah.
Purdy or who was it?
No.
Lance
it was
might have-
fucking.
but
They were- but
it
Purdy was
Jimmy
there.
G.
Purdy was
Garoppolo,
there.
yeah.
It was Jimmy G. bro.
Purdy was there.
Yes, Purdy
Yes,
was Mr.
yes,
It
so-
took 3 quarterbacks to get
Hey,
hurt
that's
before he
my
played.
Yeah.
point.
He
That's
was
my-
a rookie, Omar. 7th
Tony, you're
round, the
not
last.
arguing me. You're proving my point to me. What
Omar,
I'm
he was
saying
the
is,
last pick of the draft. No head coach
Do
is
you
going
not
into training
understand what-
camp thinking the
Saying
last pick of the draft is anywhere near
He's
starting.
watching them,
He was
Tone,
a
every
projected.
single day,
So he
nigga.
started.
He's
He
watching
played
them
every
every
single.
day, Tone.
He started. He played every single game. He went into this year as the starter. Shanahan has never tried to replace
traded
Purdy.
him away.
You said he tried to replace
well,
Purdy. He ain't never tried to replace
maybe
Purdy,
I'm
bro.
miswording it. Maybe not try to.
Come on, big. Don't raise your voice when you're dead wrong.
Well, because you're not letting me get a point across.
You
just
got
to try
it
to make
across,
it sound like
man.
you gotta got me. Going into last season, Purdy was getting competed for the job. He wasn't the
Well,
outright
he was
starter.
a rookie, Omar.
I don't give a fuck
He didn't
what he
even
was.
get
What does that
drafted
matter
yet.
that he was a rookie?
You said going into
He's
last
on the
season.
team.
Like, what
going
are you
into the
talking
yes,
about?
going into off season, going into practice. Purdy wasn't the starter, was he?
He was the
You-
last
you-
pick
he's
of
correct,
the
though.
draft.
O's correct on that
point.
O's correct.
He was-
yes.
yeah,
no,
it was-
no.
Tone trying so
Not-
hard to catch me
not
some
a
weird
single-
gotcha.
That was last
all
year,
I'm saying
not
is that
not
was that
a single-
all I'm saying is that Shanny was not sold on Purdy, not from the jump, and it took him to get injuries and trade this guy, and this guy's a total bust that I gotta play this guy. It wasn't like, oh, Purdy's really killing it in practice, let me throw him in there. No, nigga, it was like, this guy I traded for and drafted fucking sucks, and the other guy's not good either. So I gotta play this guy. That's what it was with Purdy.
And it happened to be-
And then now it's not that anymore, clearly, because Purdy's great. He's played great. So Shanahan probably feels like he has that guy, but he didn't go out and got Darnold this year
So-
too after last year.
You meant to say that he wasn't his first option last year.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Like, he wasn't like blowing them away. Like, holy shit, we got this guy is right from the jump.
The
He's
very
going in,
last
you know?
pick of the draft.
So what? When Brady came in,
The
it didn't
very
they
last-
didn't take much to throw Brady into the playoffs.
What? It took Drew Brees to get hurt. It took the exact same thing.
Yeah, but when he was
What are you
healthy,
talking
they didn't go back to him. Brady,
They didn't give him a chance back. He lost.
Exactly.
Bledsoe lost.
So when
Bledsoe
Jimmy
never
G,
came back.
when Jimmy
Exactly,
G and Trey
exactly,
Lance was healthy, they never went
exactly.
back to him. They traded them both out of there.
Because Jimmy G sucked.
So,
Jimmy G
like-
was bad. Bledsoe wasn't bad like that.
All right, let's move on, man. Let's put this nigga out of his misery again, dog. We got Green Bay and Dallas.
We already
Let's
went
go.
over this
No,
game.
let's go. Larry wasn't here. Since he want to raise his
Yeah,
voice,
we
let's
went
put
over
it out of
this
his misery
game.
again.
We went over this game.
What was the picks on this one? Let's hear these ones, Chris.
All right,
Let's hear 'em.
we have
I think we all had Green Bay.
Let's
Green
hear 'em.
Dallas.
Omar Dallas,
Uh-huh.
I think I
Fat
gave it
Stats
absolutely
Dallas.
to
Uh-huh.
Dallas, man.
me Dallas,
Uh-huh.
and the one and only president.
Did he have them covering or winning though? He had them
He
covering.
had
took
the
him the money
Packers
line
winning.
plus
Outright
260.
winning,
Did he?
dog.
He said the Packers were going to win.
Outright winning, dog. Ain't no
Yo,
hedging,
man.
no bets over
I'm
here,
gonna be
dog.
honest with you. I feel like the Packers will win too. God, I had so much
Should've
faith
went
in
with your
Dak.
heart.
I'm done. I'm
Should've
done.
went with your
Number
heart.
4, I'm
Should've
done.
went with your heart,
I had
Larry.
so much
Should've went with
faith
your
in
heart.
Dak and this Cowboys nation, or whatever you guys want to call it. I'm done.
Did you put money on it?
On Cowboys, yeah. On touchdowns. On,
No, not the game. Like
Yeah, they was in my parlay. I even gave them points. You know what I'm saying? I gave them a plus, what?
well,
4.5,
on
3.5 on FanDuel.
FanDuel.
Was sick. So maybe I am 1-5. You might be right.
You are 1
You know
and
what I mean?
5. I am.
That's,
I am
might
abs-
be 1 and
I'm
5.
absolutely
You know what I'm saying?
correct.
I think they listened to it and marked it down. Tony kept. I remember I seen Tony say a couple times, "Yo, Chris, make sure you write this down."
I mean, hey, I said it last week on the podcast. There is some truth. It's just something about the Cowboys that cannot get over
Well, the
hump.
best stat is
Hey,
Green
just
Bay has
something,
more
they
wins
choking
in
there.
that stadium, playoff wins, than the
Than
damn Cowboys.
Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what I was thinking.
Yeah, Favre beat. I mean, Rodgers won in Dak's rookie year, and then they just won yesterday or Sunday. We've only hosted 3 games, and then the other one we lost to San Francisco.
This is like the equivalent of a 6 seed beating a 1 seed. You know, this is like it's like the best team in the
He just
league.
crushed you, oh.
Loses to the worst team in the
Oh,
league.
Larry wasn't here, right?
You know what I mean? Like that's how far apart I think playoff wise the two teams are. Dallas is a veteran team, not only a veteran team, but they played. They all almost played in playoff games the last several years. Green Bay has one player. who played
I
in
think
one
Jerry Jones
playoff
needs to
game,
listen
I
to that
believe.
shit right there. If
He's
Jerry Jones
really
listens to that,
young. The things that they struggle offensively on, Dallas will dog walk them into doing. They're gonna crowd the line, crowd the box, force them to throw, force Love to make mistakes. He's a,
the things they struggle on offense on, the Dallas defense is gonna dog walk them.
if Jerry listens to this, he'll go find his nearest hitman on Craigslist. He'll go find the nearest hitman on Craigslist and then drop McCarthy and Dan Quinn's Addy.
But McCarthy, he's
honestly,
bringing McCarthy
though,
back.
Not Dan Quinn though.
We'll see.
Well, Dan Quinn's contract's over.
16 for 21, 272 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
That Jordan
that
Love?
was Love.
Yeah,
He
were
didn't
real
play the
balanced.
third and fourth quarter.
They were
No,
real
this
balanced.
is perfect.
He
This
played.
was the formula for
He just
success.
didn't throw no-
You know what I'm
he just didn't throw
saying?
no important
And then the
passes.
running game, 21, 118, 3 TDs. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
But that was just Jones, right?
That was Jones.
Did they have somebody else
That
who ran for a
that
couple yards
was
sometimes?
just Jones, right?
I feel like they had another running
Let me
back
just
that ran
give
for
it
20 or
young,
30.
to two
What else-
young.
what else you got?
Right? The 2 young
Fat stats.
coming into Black History Month, the 2 young black quarterbacks, right? You know what I'm saying? CJ, 16 for 21, 274, 3 touchdowns. That's pretty elite right there.
That's black too.
I mean, a conversation has to be had. A
He's half-
Right now, that
conversation.
nigga got to go somewhere else, dude.
He's half breed.
Man, I put this hat on for Dak. That's what he doing right now, man.
Dak, one of those. What Ron Parker
too.
called him, a cornball brother.
See? That's right.
Ron
See?
Parker.
See?
Are you a real brother or are you a cornball brother?
And you know what's funny about that, Tone? I was
Phil
trying to
in the
explain to
house,
somebody
so-
on Twitter. I was like, the players love Lamar because
he's dark black?
He's like a nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I was using more colorful language, and the dude's like, "Well, what's that mean? Well, what's this mean?" I'm like, man. Niggas look at like Dak like he's white, and niggas look at Lamar like he's from the hood. That's why. That's the difference between them. Like Dak doesn't get looked at like some hip hop culture, icon, whereas Lamar has a little bit of. Lamar got a little bit of Allen Iverson, a little bit of like Mike Vick.
We done supporting LeBron until they give us a check.
But do y'all feel like that too, though, about
what you
Lamar
call?
Jackson? Like
No, I
has,
don't.
No, I'm saying, listen, that he has a little bit of like Allen Iverson, Michael Vick kind of
Who?
Like star quality in the black community term.
Who we talking, Dak?
No, Lamar.
Oh,
Lamar
okay,
no.
okay,
People
all right.
think Dak is all white.
I was gonna say Dak's on.
I'm
like
saying,
Russell
like,
Wilson term.
do you
right
guys
now.
think that people view Lamar in a similar light? Maybe not the same light, because Iverson was way up here. You know what I'm saying? And
for the city? Yeah,
just
he
like
giving
in
out
general,
turkeys
and
and
Mike
all
Vick
that.
wasn't.
We're just talking about
No, I
general.
just mean in general the way the black.
I
You know how
mean,
the black
I don't-
culture